Gang, gang.
Good morning. This is Katalog Advertising, and we are here with GBB for one of our annual skill acquisition and development program. It's based on telecoms, and we want to thank Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the director of Nasda, and Mr. Ibrahim.
The man whose presence in this particular hall and event underscores the importance and passion to this project. Please join me as I welcome Dr. Matthew Katalog for his speech and wrap-up. Very welcome, my minister. Please, let's sit down. Thank you very much for this program. I want to especially appreciate the Chief Executive Officer of Grassroots Bridge Builders, Engineer Ibrahim. Thank you very much for your dreams, aspirations, meditations, and never giving up Nigerian spirit that is foreign and advancing inside you. I remember when this journey began at Eagle Square. That night, that evening, when you reached out to my boss, the immediate past Director General of the Space Agency, we were standing together. And to vividly capture it, they brought a locally made wonderful bread that we ate that evening. Myself and the madam that brought the bread for us. We had to buy plates of that bread into our faith that evening. And of course, the chairman of the committee that was given this task to perform and give life into the idea that you sold to us, Engineer Dr. Haruna Ibrahim. Thank you very much. The directors of the agency and all the management of the agency, our dear staff, and men of and women of press, ladies and gentlemen. This program is all part of our administration. Youth empowerment is the bedrock of nations building. No matter how strong, intelligent, or rich you are, as a nation outside this auditorium. Thank you very much. God bless you and enjoy your worship. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, sir, for giving us an opportunity to have this team today. It wouldn't have been possible, sir, if not for your support, both morally and otherwise. And we hope that this training is going to impact on all the participants. After today, you'll have something to do. The whole essence is to just convert the unemployed youths in Nigeria. You have something to show. It's not all about just working for government. After this program, you're self-employed. After this program, you'll be a professional in your own field. You will call, you will become a consultant. It's not just a small training you're seeing. It's a lot. So we give thanks to NASA, to my Director General, for giving us the opportunity, for giving us the necessary support, for you, the possible without your support. So thank you so very much, sir. And we hope more and more of this will come after today. Thank you so very much, sir.
And we have the PSC, we have the MS. I don't want us to go to the GMSC today, because I'll be confusing you, right? But you need to know that before you can make a call, there is something that is going on. It's in milliseconds. Your numbers, the binary check, and everything. This person is a visitor, that person is a home location person, you know. If I'm traveling from Kaduna to Abuja, if my telephone is handing over to Abuja, I'm what in the VLR, that is visitor location register. Please take note of that. That is what the security will use to track us to. So if your phone is missing, the first thing that they need to check is to be sure that is this phone registered on this our PSC, or is it a new guy who comes here to, do this thing? They will check from that VLR there, and then if you go forward, if you come down, you will see HLR. That HLR means home location register. Those are the things you need to know when you are moving, when you are working with people. Even my phones, all my phones are not registered here. All my phones are registered in Lagos, but I'm making call here. So I am in the VLR component. And if I want to go further, if there's any other thing that I need to find out again, there's something they call EIR, the Equipment Identification Register. Right? That one will help you to register everybody I talk to. If I call Elijah Liu, if I call this person, it will help me register everybody. So now I begin to look at who is this person I'm always calling. They call it sub-targets. So with your phone, you can do all those things yourself. So when you buy the phone, the police will tell you, please don't buy a used phone. It could be a stolen phone. Our brother here had experience yesterday. We were together here. They called him, they arrested his brother, he bought the phone from somebody. And then the person resold the phone and they tracked the phone. Well, our prayer is let the phone be normal, stolen, and buying, and not the kidnapping material and whatever. So innocent persons are there. So please take note of that. I would like to stop you on this so that when we come after this program, we are going to have a video of how this thing is transmitted. Give me the next slide, please. Well, sorry, do you guys want to have the refreshment or just rush that we need and then we can go? Alright, so in the next 20 minutes, we have a refreshment and then we leave. Okay, this is wireless environment. Everything that we're saying here, wireless is the next generation of our time. Because nobody cares to go around with wire again. After this training, we should be able to have most of us in businesses of wireless communications. You can from here now buy MPS from Globacom or from Airtel and you install it here. You see what they call one at the middle here. You see the base station there, right? That is giving everybody the network. It's wireless, so you don't need to wire connected anything before you can connect their protocol. So wireless is the next generation of our time, and we are going to talk on that after tomorrow. This is what I needed to know today, that all communication, wireless technology is the next generation of our time. Please let's push up. Okay, this interface is called fiber optic. We have been seeing fiber, we have been seeing a lot of things. We have the same thing here too. This interface is not prepared here, they are done from factories. Once it's damaged, it's damaged. That's why they say fiber optic is very sensitive. So before you work on it, you must train it very properly. There are areas you don't touch. The fiberglass is very dangerous, it can even cause you cancer. Once the glass breaks into your body, it's dangerous. So we are going to treat that place very gently and slowly, because every transmission part now is moving from RF to fiber. Because fiber has a very high density of power, there's no loss at all. Please, let's go ahead. Now, this is satellite communication. So most of you have not seen the way it works before. This is how satellite is configured. We have the ground base station, you can see it there, and then we have the satellite in the orbit, that is Inmarsat 3F1. And then the look angle is 64.5 to the east. See now? So I don't need to tell you, go to this, go to that, I just give you that coordinate. Once you have your compass, you come to the location, and then you point at that location, your compass will give you that direction. That is where that satellite is located at the orbit. Very soon, NASA is launching satellites that we are going to be connecting to. So part of this is why we are here, by the grace of God. Hallelujah. Alright, project management, all of you here. This is your position. Because you are the one who manage this project. In front of that person is carrying what? Only two things, right? A pen and a paper. That person that is closer to his pen and his paper is the best person. Because you cannot remember everything at the same time, and you can go back to your documentation. There's somebody I met yesterday, and he has a recording device. I expect you as young men to have such devices with you. Because the only thing, writing and taking notes is a waste of time in this case. If you have audio, you can change it to script, you can text to audio and everything. So when documentation is in place, anybody can do this job. So please, let's learn how to give documentation, ask questions, and take notes if we are working. Please tell me fast. They are hungry, and some of them are not fasting again. This training would have been very good before the Sabbath. Yes. Alright, we have the outdoor company. Let me first go to the next. Okay, there's a reason why we put this thing like this. You can see, we can see tanks, we can see generator, we can see power standing. These are the things that keep the site going. Because the first priority is to have power. When you don't have power on the site, how do you manage the site? It can be off. So, generator. Among us, who is a mechanic here? Who has experience in servicing generator? Good. So that means we are still needing a common mechanics. That man who doesn't go to school but can lose an injector of the machine. It's more important that that person has a degree and does not know how to service generator to us in this industry. Can you guys see now? So everybody is important, not until we are graduates. And we were told that if you don't have BSc, you don't have this electronics, BSc, computer science, you can't do this job. As we begin to develop ourselves and grow as an adult, we discard those beliefs and we begin to do it. So remove your mind from this certification. You must make sure that the generator is working perfectly. That is the passive maintenance that we are going to be teaching you. We have passive maintenance, we have active maintenance, and we have corrective maintenance. We want to remove corrective maintenance completely because the people who are going to be giving us the job, they want us to be proactive. So we have to be doing preventive maintenance, keeping to time. That's where we're going. Let's move forward. This our laptop too is having. Okay, quickly, that is microwave radio, right? Without this, there is no transmission. If I cannot take the link from here to the next place, that side cannot be up. So that means we are also going to learn how to install microwave radio, how to commission them, and how to integrate them with the existing network. Those are the things you have here on. Right? So integrating them to existing network simply means removing this cable from this far and put it there. We are going to be doing that tomorrow. Everything is ready here for you. Both the configuration, both the integration cable, and also teach you how to prepare those cables because sometimes they will go bad. Please, let's move ahead. So, these are the components we need. If you are going to sites to do an integration or to do a fresh installation, we give you the material, we give you the site list, and also give you the checklist. So on the site list, you can see that's 3 BTS antenna there. You have them there. This is one of the antenna. This one's the other BTS antenna. That's another one standing there. And the one we're going to walk into tomorrow is lying down here. You can see that we have these 3 antennas here, which is referred to sector 0, 1, and 2. These 3 sectors on each of the side. In Telecos, we don't have one sector. So you can start from the 0 sector. And each time you're on the side, the 0 sector is always targeting the north, the high sun. Please don't forget this. You might not be given the opportunity to say if you go to site, check 2.3 degrees to this. No. You should know with your compass immediately. Take the first north arrow, and that is your sector number 0, which is referred to as sector 1. Be able to identify it yourself. Then go back and hit. Okay. Now, you have some other component there. You have them here too. These are those antennas you have there. They are here. These are them, and this is the microwave antenna. So we are also going to teach you how to install the microwave, how to do the alignment, how to be sure that the receive signal strength is the exact one, right? By tomorrow, you'll see all those things on the board. Your fingers is right. Just go back one hand, I help you. Now, there's something I want to show you here very quickly, which is very important to all of us. There's something we call cable frame. Can you guys see that? Now, there's installation that looks like an error there. Now, why do we put a cable under the cable frame? There's a reason for that. Why not on top? You understand? Why stressing yourself to put a cable under the frame? Some of us will come to site and say, this is wrong, this is the best installation. That cable frame is to prevent the cable from being damaged. So if you get to the site anytime, as a supervisor or as a project manager, and the cable is run on top of the cable tray, it's an error. Quickly snag it, correct it, because if anything drops from the tower member could drop, antenna could drop, and if the cable is damaged, you are increasing the stress for yourself. So you must make sure that all your cables are under the cable tray. This is the first thing. Okay. Now, this is RRU. That is what you have here. Because of the digitalization of the network, we continue to change. We isolate problems so that it's easier for us to find. Now, I can connect the cable directly to this antenna from the indoor unit. But you see, something must combine the RF, must multiplex it, must change it from RF or from IF to RF, intermediate frequency to radio frequency. So this will do that. This is the fiber optic. Now we used to use a hollow pipe, which is called RF cable, all this quasar cable, waveguide, and all that. Those ones have a very high loss, and we want to have good network. So now they have helped us by providing fiber optic. You can see our points. No loss. Even if it is 500 meters, you are sure of having zero loss on it. Now, I will only use the jumper cable from this point to this point. So it is also easier for me to isolate the problem when the sector facing here is having a problem. I don't need to begin to tamper with everything. I will only isolate it. That thing here is called RRU. Now, stop living there. We are also going to teach you how to access the equipment on the tower. That is the ladder itself, and then the only access to the tower. If you are not a reader or trained reader, you can't climb the tower from the outside. We climb from the outside. But for you, you only go through the ladder step by step, take it easy, like this one here, the stomach will go down. So it's a very good exercise. You don't need to suffer yourself anymore. Once you are having this one, gym, zero from you, like me. I can never get fast. So that's the advantage, okay? Please, let's go on. Right, okay. That's indoor. Remember, we have outdoor and we have indoor. Those things outdoor, we know them already. Now, go to the indoor, go to the first page. There's only one thing I want to show you there. Good. Now, I want you to look at those cables, those three cables coming in there. You can see that there's a proper installation there. Many engineers died because of that. Because if the weather is cold, the site and the bush, the snake, all these chlorine things, they find it very, very comfortable to be under there because the fan is working is warm. And by the time the site is down, you're rushing for intervention. You don't know whether there could be another dangerous guy under there. So we make sure that we seal it properly. It's part of our preventive maintenance. Like we said, we want to leave corrective maintenance and go to preventive maintenance. But I don't want to correct, I want to prevent it. So please, let's go faster. Alright, now this is where people get confused, right? You see plenty wires, plenty everything. Relax, there is nothing there. This is the simplest part of it. We put it like this to confuse you and convince you and check you out so that you cannot do anything there. Now everything there is labeled. That's what I want you to know. Like this one now, I'll put a label here. And that label cannot be removed except someone goes there to do it. So when you see things like this, don't get confused at all. The one, you have label inside, you have the same thing on the tower. And there are ways you can test them. They can call it continuity. You remove this cable, you bridge the clock, use your meter to test it, you get a straight call. If you don't get it, you have open end, that means you are in the wrong one. So it's easy for you to do that. So don't look at this thing at all. Please, let's go ahead. Right, you can see the label in there. So every fiber is there is labeled. You don't have anything to worry. If you are going to remove sector 1, it's labeled as sector 1 on that MBU. They are also all here. You will see them tomorrow. You will install it yourself, you will label it, and you will log on to it as well. Please go on. Alright, it's the same thing. You can see the labeling because this is where people get confused. So that is where we are going to treat tomorrow. When an engineer for the first time is approaching the site, they are not saying anything at all. You are employed from school, just a young graduate, and then you are moving to approach a problem. How do you think you will ever understand this thing? So no matter what you know, if you like be a first class honor, you must come here to learn this one that we are learning. And the technicians are the best people to attack problems. Because when there are issues, right, because we know it, we're discussing it. Because you don't know it, you are writing an email. You are sitting down writing email, copying people, making matrix, making it look like something while it's just nothing. Please go on. This is the difference between the finger and the laptop they are having conflict. Right. That is also an engineer on site here. These sites are sites that we are maintaining. Every site you see here is a live site. It's our own. So that is where you guys are going to be going. After this training now, some of you will go for field operation, go for intervention. I'm not just going to be talking, we'll be doing it. Our senior engineer is supposed to be somewhere, but I hold him down so that some of us can go with him too and experience what you are saying. Please go on. This site is in Boko, but we manage it from here. Right, those are the things you see on site, the equipment house. Now, one of the things that is important here is for us to have this thing locked all the time. Because the people need to work under a cold atmosphere. But because of lack of maintenance, the ACs are not working, the shelter doors are bad, there's no replacement. And that's why we are coming in to swap everything that is not working, replace them. We have partners that will bring it, to put it, and then all of us get paid. Please go on. This is palisade fence. We have three types of signs. We have the palisade fence, we have the retaining wall, and then we have the outdoor. The outdoor is the Chinese type. They have their equipment is outside under the rain, no problem. These are the people that pursue everything, Alcatel, and all these good network. The Chinese people chase them away because they want to cut costs. As we are going to chase the other contractors away because we want to empower ourselves. And that is why we are here. Please go on. Right. We're waiting for you. Don't worry, take your time. The finger is having a problem. Now, there's something I want to show us here. You can see how many times this thing appears now. This is the second time, right? Power. Power is the most important part of this thing. Thank God we have here in-house. We are going to be building wind turbine to help in this thing. So that means we have advantage. Now, somebody can go and steal the diesel. Somebody can go and steal the generator. But you can't go and steal the wind turbine. So it's ahead, one step. Please, go ahead. Now, this is maintenance. You can see how clean those generators is. Every gen is expected to be serviced after 30 days, which is, I think, 24 times 10 is how much? 24?
240.
250, right? Every working machine is expected to be serviced after 250 hours. And if you can do that, a generator can run up to 20,000 running hours. Without problem. But I can tell you, this gen as we speak, it's not working. And you see how brownish the gen is, right? Because why? Somebody is supplying the diesel that is not good to the machine. It will affect the injector, the firing order, and the pin will go bad. They will tell you, give it to the generator, and then they lock the solenoid. The gen keep working until we have a damage of piston and everything. We don't want to do that. We should be able to swap out this gel from side and give it to other junior guys to use it for another 2, 3, 4, 5 years. The generator in my house, I've been using it for the past 1 year or 2 years. I've done servicing like 2 or 3 times it's working. Why they won't give it to us inside and not working? These are things we need to find out. That's why the owner of the business wants us to come in and give them reason why they should work with us. And our maintenance culture is that we give you everything on the shop. From servicing the generator, the camera is there. So the owner of the business wants to see how we treat the equipment on the field. If there's a need for me to service that chair and I didn't service it today, I should inform them. Yes, we don't do it. But to service it 3 times in a month, but sometimes we do twice because of generator, power, electricity will come, battery will support and everything. We'll go to that. Please, let's round up please. Right. This is called a coma. That is the only way you can know how old is this generator. But I can tell you, the moment you supply this gen to the site, right, the maintenance guy will supply that coma deliberately. Because he doesn't want you to know what is the consumption of that machine. A 12.5 kVA, a 13 kVA, 7 kVA does not consume the same diesel. But when you get to site and you meet this situation, what do you do as a maintenance guy? You run a diesel test. You carry out the test on that machine to give us the actual consumption of that machine. How do you do that? You have to remove the run and the supply, put them together at the same time, go and look for a beer or somewhere, if you drink beer or you drink ice water or something, cross your leg and be taking your time until the gen shut down. Then you go there, look at the time, the start time, and the end time. You should be able to know that this man gen is consuming 50 liters per 24 hours, 1.6 liters per 1 hour. You should be able to know, and then you now forecast for the next supply. You see all those maintenance guys, they are very rich. This is where they get their money from. And that thing now, we are the one paying for it because the buying of diesel, the consumption is much artificially, people are making it. Now the MTN has just increased their tariff. We can't complain because people have made it that way and they have justification. You know, Nigeria is a big country. Then why just allow somebody to go up and increase something? There was an argument between our NCC and them. And you see, so now we are telling NCC that we can provide an alternative solution to all this high cost. So if we are in and then the cost of maintenance drop, we can argue with them. We need to drop the tariff. Those are the basis of argument. Practical, not theory. All we do is theory. Now you see, NEPA wire, NEPA is there, right? Now there's NEPA, there is ATS. That is automatic transmission via there. That one, you don't need to go there. Once the gen is off, you switch by itself. But you know what? These things are not working. The maintenance guys obviously remove them. So that when the site is down, you will not know the cost why the site is down. Then if the gen is working, the switch gear is working, there is NEPA. What are you doing on the site every day? When NEPA goes, the gen switch off. And the good thing about this is that all of you, your numbers are going to be on the installation desk in the BSC. If the gen goes down, you express SMS from the BSC. You'll be notified that the mainstay of that site, FC 2024, is down. So it's time for you now to stand up as a maintenance guy to find out who is in charge. Now who is in charge is why we are here. Ownership. I don't want you to care about who manufactured this thing or when it was manufactured. No, know how it works and how to keep it working. That's what we're teaching ourselves there. There is no other rocket science anywhere. The best engineer is that person that follows his phone, radio SMSs, and escalates the problem to the next person. Please, let's go quickly. Right, that is battery. This one is oil money, right? If you take this battery now, one of it is very costly. They steal them from the site. They are already telling us that what are our measures to prevent these wolf rats that are always taking these batteries? And you that you are going to prevent them from taking the battery, you are their enemy. Because that is their money. But this time around, we want to say, okay, because our people are paying money, they are not using it. Let us take over the maintenance. We are going to protect the battery. And we have come up with a solution of preventing this battery. Once you open this battery, there's going to be a distress SMS to we. And nobody will be on this side more than 1 or 2 kilometers. That's why we are in 36 states. So we have resources. We have training centers. We are not out of training people. Very soon you guys will be training and training and training people everywhere you go. So there's no way you cannot attend the site even if it's midnight, because we are going to be the owner of the site, not the contractor. Please. Now, this thing started from here. That's what in my unit in global home industries we have one fundamentals, and you have everything that you need to know here. Everything. There's nothing you cannot find on the site that is not here, except that site is not on air. So as you're sitting down here, be comfortable and relax. After this training, you no longer be called Mr. John or Mr. XYZ. You'll be called engineer this. You'll be in the technical unit, right? And then you can put TCH, you can put MW, you can put BSc, you can put MSc. All these are our acronyms. Like me, I'm PMS, Personal Mobile and Satellite Communications. So you will have all your titles as well. So the second area, you have the network architecture and the protocols. What are we talking about here? Network architecture. There are things that make this thing happen. If I buy my phone, the phone alone will not communicate to me. If I on my phone, I need to put a battery, I need to charge the phone, I need to be sure that there is a network bar on my phone, and I also need to be sure that I can press the buttons. Those are things within the phone that we make use of. And that your phone is referred to as the MS. Anywhere you see MS, they are referring to your phone. Anywhere, somebody will not say, bring your phone. Can I have your MS? They just want to test you if you really know what you're doing. But in the slides, you'll be able to find out all that. Then we have wireless communication technology. How many of us have been in a wireless environment before? Wireless environment where you go, no wireless connected, and you're doing what you're supposed to do. That is the AI conveyance that we are today. I'm talking to you with a microphone that is not connected by any wire, but I'm audible enough. That is wireless communication. Your phone is not connected to anything, but you're able to make a call to the next person and you receive a call. That is also wireless communication. Right? So any communication that is not routed by wire or by physical connections, like you are seeing all this wire connected to this microwave radio, is referred to as wireless communication. When I disconnect this thing and I can still communicate with that guy there, that means I am communicating wireless. And there are interfaces. Even when it's wireless, there are interfaces. So between your phone and the BGS site where you communicate to is called open interface. Don't forget that, please. It's called open interface. So the open interface allows us to communicate directly with our far end stations. So Nasrda is very wonderful. Now we have alternative. Everything is complete here. Put your hands together for the technical things. We have another projector now. So if you go down, we have fiber optic installation and commissioning. We have microwave, it's wireless. We have fiber optic. How many of you have seen fiber before in your life? Right. But as you walk around the roads, you see people digging hole every day. They will dig today, they will close it. Tomorrow they are coming to dig the same thing again. So it's like a madman doing something, right? You dig, somebody closes it. And after a while, another person will come again, start digging. What they are doing there, they are laying a dot. And in that dot, there is something that is passing through that dot, which is called fiber head. That aspect, they are going to conduct a very special training Sorry, we have in-house our very senior member just arrived. And I would like to introduce them very quickly because we'll be meeting them often. What we are going to be doing, without them, we cannot do it because they are already on the field. There are people who will be taking you to the field, who will share our responsibility, who will monitor us and give us what we need. What we are looking for is job and money, right? The person that will give us the money just arrived. So it's very nice. Please, if you come to the front here, Alhaji Aliyu, is in-house, please come and have your seat. When you see, if you are passing by the road and you see tower, that man is a tower master. We have our very senior engineer too, Alhaji Mohammed. Please come and have your seat in the front. These are not ordinary men. They are men that can press button here and something is happening somewhere. Welcome, Alhaji Mohammed. He's a very senior engineer and he's going to be working with us too. You all know our resource people already because they are fighting themselves there. Okay. Put my laptop anywhere there for me, no problem. From different altars are able to achieve this today. So I want all of us to relax our mind because we are going to be a problem solver. And when you are a problem solver, you expect to have challenges. Part of the challenges is why we are here. So this that is happening today is to tell us that everything requires maintenance, O&M. And that is why we are here, to give you the attitude towards maintaining an existing structure. I'm happy I'm a telecom engineer. My father wanted me to read nursing. He said everything possible. I told him I don't have time to read book. I want to interface with equipment. I want to communicate with something that will give me a response. Look at this kind of building, look at how the architecture looks round and everything. If you talk to it, you can't get a response. You see some building, it's looking like an arc. So beautiful. If you communicate with the building, no response. But if you see small unit like this, when you issue a command, you expect the reaction. So, we are all gathered here today to learn how to maintain an existing telecom equipment. Forget the cloud, the way it looks like telecommunication is so big. When you come in first and you see all these wires, you see everything, you'll be very confused. Please don't be confused, relax your mind. Everything here is labeled, and the good thing about what we're doing, from here to a site, the same thing you are seeing here is what you are meeting on the site. We are not teaching you A for you to get to site and start seeing B and getting you more confused. No. And we are not going to bore you with the histories of telecommunication from the first generation, second, third, fourth, LTE, 5G or whatever. Don't be surprised that at the end of this year, you might not be seeing these equipments again. Amen. Because every day, every hour we are researching. We want to reduce costs. We want to make logistics simple and easy for us. So we continue to change and digitalize all the systems. So whatever you are seeing here today is for you to understand the mode of operating, how it works. And the mode is the same thing. Whatever was here today, if you go to America, it's the same thing. If you go to London, if you go to anywhere, it's the same thing. The only thing is the brands, the names, and then the language they understand, how they communicate. if my name is Ibrahim, that guy there is Moses, the other one there is John. We are all bearing names, but we look different. So that's what I want us to understand. So don't be confused at all. If you are in the first page of the slides, this is a skills acquisition. We call it alternative. It's a craftsmanship. And you all know what it means to be capable in something. When you are capable, you have confidence. We want to give you confidence. When you see something like this, you don't get carried away. When you see something like this, I'm sure some of you are seeing this thing for the first time. You have been passing by the tower, you have been seeing antenna, you've been seeing everything, but this is the first time you are coming close to see how this thing works. It's very simple. Everybody can do it, most especially the females among us. This training is for you because you guys are going to be our back-end office. We are not doing this training to let you go on the street. We want to engage you practically, and we want to have a record so that if we are not there tomorrow, our children, the younger ones coming, and build on it. Now in Africa, I think Nigeria is the largest black nation in the world, and we are tend not to have maintenance culture. It's an insult. When somebody looks at you and says, he doesn't have a maintenance culture, that's why you see our houses, after 2-3 years, it looks like it's 40 years. Some people just eat from the kitchen. If you want to know a neat woman, you go to her kitchen. If you want to know a professional engineer, you go to their sites where they maintain. We want you to know that one of the reasons why we're here is to provide solutions, end-to-end solutions of telecommunication problem. You are making calls, your phone is dropping calls, all of us are complaining the network is very bad here, there's a reason why the network is not good here. It's because maybe we have not taken it serious to deploy the network to this place, and with this training, we are going to deploy network here. People will leave their houses and come down here to browse. Because if we are teaching telecommunications and we can't access internet here, then it's a problem. If we are given a site to maintain, because we are going to be doing a lot of maintenance, the essence of this training, you guys here today, by the grace of God, are going to be the arrowheads, are going to be the managers in different clusters. And we are telling Nigerians that we can bring 100% availability. So that means we are going to be the first son of the owner of the business, because when there is network, business makes money. Let us relax our mind. So we tag this training as Nasrda-Gbb Skills Acquisition Program. Like our digital say, it's a collective effort coming from the private sector, working with the government to give us a living environment like this, and also create opportunity for us to be employed. So we have a tax to prove ourselves after this training. And while this training is going on, we are going to be dropping some question quiz in some of our platforms. So we expect to get answers from you guys. So on that answers, we will know whether we are learning or not. This training, let's go to the second page. You see the picture of Mr. President there and the Vice President on that page. This project is in line with Mr. President.